coffee steam, chart lines, laser beams, bell rings, heartbeat sway, click, scalp the day. Got my finger on the trigger, tiny moves, big thrill, little candlestick flicker, chasing every small fill. Green flash, red flash, I'm surfing every wave, telling myself I quit, but I love this arcade. Every tick feels louder than the band in my head, floating on momentum, not the plan that I read. I say it's just one more, but I'm already late, lost in the ladder, dancing with fate. Scalp the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, scalp the day away. Disco ball on the ceiling, charts on every side, troubles past when I'm winning, float side when we slide, stop lost in the corner, but I keep creeping tight, chasing that perfect entry like a strobe in the night. Every feels another spin, I'm glued to the screen, heartbeat on the hi-hat pulsing through the machine. I know I should step back, let the numbers just breathe, but I'm stuck in the shuffle. Can't leave, scalp the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, scalp the day away. Hands in the air when the spread opens wide. Buy, sell, echo inside. Horn stabs hit when the trend starts to bend. The swirl slow when I promise this is the end. Then I hit it again. Whoa! Got the day away. Ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries got the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, stop the day. The day away. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries got the day away. One more trade, I say, stop the day. Stop the day away. Stop the day away. Screens glow, coffee steam, chart lines, laser beams.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We're ready to rock and roll. I'm looking to get long this reversal trade, 3-candle reversal. Remember, I am always positive bias NASDAQ. So although we're negative trend, negative VWAP, 3 green candles turns me positive on the trade. So I'm going to go long on the close of this candle. Long and then a 5-point retrace if I need to do so. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, I'm in at 22. I'm going to be in at 1775 on the retrace if I need be. And then hopefully we'll see if we can resolve this to the upside. Good morning, everybody. Sound check, mic check, vibe check, all good? We're ready to rock and roll. Today is coaching. Do not forget, if you want to be in coaching, here's the link. It's a great deal. Go out there, go get it. Let me put this up here. I have really interesting stuff to share with you in coaching. A whole bunch of really interesting data analysis and general thoughts. All right, I'm in. Where's my second one? I'm in. Why is it not giving me oh shit, this one doesn't have a god damn it. I forgot. Okay. My fault. I'm gonna try and see if I can exit myself out here. It really sucks. Now I wonder if I can adjust this. Yeah, I think I can. Okay. Could not change. Okay. Oh, fuck that. I know what I need to do. I need to go over here, simple bracket. Damn it. I forgot to set that up. All right. You know what? I'm gonna flatten out here because this was badly executed. So I'm just gonna come in here on a single trade, see if I can get myself done. Okay, I'm in the trade. This works. This doesn't work. It's fine. But this a retrace trade into this thing. I don't want to be holding a position with no stop on it. I didn't have this. This wasn't configured for a stop, so I don't want to screw around with the structure. So, we hit almost 26,500 overnight. London session right over here, 2666, 466. And I think Asia was even higher. Yeah, it was at 87. Came off in London. London has actually been pretty much a negative VWAP day. And oh, there we go. That got done. So the trade eventually worked out. The reason why I got out of it and redid the trade was because I did not have a 2 stop on my position because I didn't have this configured properly on wealth charts, and I just didn't want to bother manually watching something. Very important. You're not seeing any dots on your wealth charts. That's because you need to go. Let me show you guys. You need to go into BFF dots. Make sure that this whole row is every one of these things is ticked off. For some reason they turned them all off on the new version, so you need to click them all on, set as default. Okay, and then you'll have the dots. As I said, I am basically trading a no filter version. The trend chop is reduced to 0. The only thing I'm really filtering for is VWAP and slope, right? So my configuration here, as you can see, if you go into the parameters, first of all, the range volatility is only at 10. Again, we're not filtering for range. And on the delta group, I literally set the delta threshold to 0 so that it doesn't really, it's effectively means that it's not working. And the reason is, of course, because we're just basically doing pure scalping here during the New York session. Because as I've told you many times, the New York session is the worst session in the world to trade with filters. It's designed to basically stop you out. And whenever you try to kind of trade properly, you're almost guaranteed to fail. So instead of fighting the beast, because New York session is very difficult to trade, the New York Open is very difficult to trade, we just simply go into a pure scalp session, and that actually is working really, really well. And the pure scalp session is first, the only dominant thing that we try and do is we trade with trend, except when it's a downtrend. So when it's a downtrend in NASDAQ, I'm trading with trend at the beginning. So if I get the first or second purple dot, I'm going to trade that to the short side. But generally, I'm always looking for either reversal in a downtrend or continuation in an uptrend, right? And setting for what? Here, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm just simply going to export this out, right? Instead of me trying to show you, I'm going to export the menu. And you guys, for those of you who have well charts, and that's only obviously coaching students. So if you're in coaching, you have access to this. If you're not, get into coaching. So just import that and you'll have my layout, okay? Very simple. Instead of me trying to go through all the permutations. So yeah, when I am in an uptrend, let me kind of show you. We haven't been in an uptrend in a long time. All right, so when I'm in an uptrend, right, when it's three red candles to the downside, I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer of dips. I'm a buyer of dips in a trend. 3 candles to the downside, I'm a buyer. 3 candles to the downside, I'm a buyer. This particular structure, who's, by the way, where is Claudia? I think Claudia is the retrace trader, right? Claudia, you love to trade retraces, right? This is just money. I mean, literally money. I did not have a single losing trade last night trading 3 candles down in an uptrend, right? However, when I get into the downtrend, right, I'm actually flipping the script most of the time. 3 candles up, that means 3 red candles up against the trend. I'm a buyer. I am a buyer of this because I'm always, now you don't, in this case, even in this case, I think you had a win. You were at 36 and it went all the way up to 4, maybe almost 5 points. But rarely do the whole point being is that right now we're in a general buy condition in equities, and you want to look for every opportunity possible to get long on any reasonable excuse, and just minimize your short entries to just the most fertile. So like right now, we have a possible short entry over here. Because we're negative trend, purple, we've had a big counter trend move here. Let me sell this, right? So again, I'm going to sell this at 19 with a 2350, 2350 retrace trade, and probably put my stops much tighter than this. If I'm wrong, I want to be wrong probably at the high of this one right over here. That's where I want to be wrong. But that's what I'm doing. I'm only going to take 1 or 2 shorts over here. On the trade, because again, my underlying assumption is that NASDAQ is a positive trade most of the time, right? So there's an element of interpretation to how I'm trading dots, which is kind of interesting. It becomes much more of an art rather than a science in some ways, in terms of how it trades. Boom. All right, we're done on this. I can get rid of this retrace trade, and now I can just simply watch myself. Would I take an additional trade? Maybe. It's 9:15. I'm really going to try and not trade in front of the market. So I'm probably going to let this one go. But this is not a horrible trade. Like I could take a second. Remember, 1, 2, maybe 1, 2 on the downside. I take 1, 2, 3 on the upside, and then I pause. And again, that's a pretty conservative view because sometimes you can get 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive red trades or green trades. But I pause because the more dots you have, the less probability of continuity there is. Remember, we're trading continuity, and I just want to try to trade the highest possible continuity. But I'm not just trading continuity. My assumption is that the continuity is much stronger to the upside than it is to the downside, right? And that's my underlying assumption. Now, I didn't take this trade, but if we took this, the way I would have traded this is set entry at 7, retrace at 11, maybe, here we go, and then see if it comes back down to 7 to try to resolve it. That's how I would have traded this. All right, let me rotate accounts because I am going to be very, very disciplined about rotating accounts. That's just sort of the most important aspect of what I want to do. So how high did this go? This went to 13. Yeah, so I would have been at 11, In at 7, trying to come back and see if I can resolve this at 7. We'll see if it would have worked. Everybody follow what I'm doing? This is NASDAQ 100 chart, correct. This is NASDAQ futures. We're only trading futures for our friends at Apex, which offer the least expensive, best accounts. So if you want the Apex accounts, go out there and go get them. They're literally dirt cheap, $30 for an account. I spent more for my bodega breakfast today. Okay, TNT Global. 1, do you have BFF dots only? 2, go over here, turn all of this on, and then go into parameters and dot settings trend only. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It should be working. I can't be in your screen. Follow instructions. See if that works. Everybody else has got dots. You have 10 dots on a 10-minute, but not on the 1 minute. I don't know what you have. The settings should just make all settings. Get rid of range. Oil just started pushing up. Yeah, because the Iranians, I was going to tell you. So the sort of like the latest news. Okay, we got to let the sirens go by. So just kind of following you guys. I'm not in this trade, but I'm narrating this trade. I'm in at 7. In at 11, right? And we basically need to get down to around 8 or 9. Well, here it is. Maybe, where is it? How far did it go? It's 9. It's still not quite there. I want to see it at 7. This needs to come down to 7 for us to resolve this trade. That's a good example of, how much harder it is to resolve the shorts than it is to resolve the longs, because we're kind of long biased for the time being, right? See if it comes in. The other thing is, remember, 3 minutes into the trade, you're wrong. We right now, I probably would have just simply gotten myself out flat, maybe a small loss here on this account. Because 3 minutes, if the trade doesn't resolve in 2 minutes or less, we're wrong. I just assume you're 95% wrong, and you're holding for that 5% moment of hope, which is exactly what's happening. It's another reason I didn't do the shorts. I am very, very long biased, right? And that's what, what's interesting is that you have to use dots along with your bias to get the best results out of them. If you just assume everything is neutral, that's when you go wrong. Can you use a broker with our indicators? The honest answer, Teresa, is no. The CMC markets use TradingView. I'll take it back. If you can use TradingView with CMC markets, you can absolutely. The CMC markets trade on TradingView. I think they're a very proprietary trader. I have 1,000 brokers for you that are much better than CMC markets that will let you trade through TradingView. Because if you want to trade through TradingView, my indicator is available on TradingView as well. Email me. Email me here, contact@bktraders.com. Tell me where you're at, what you're doing, and I'll tell you exactly how to set yourself up for success, okay? All right, 3 greens and a reverse. I'm going to take this long, guys. I got 10 minutes to the open. I'm going to bet on the otherwise. So again, in an upside, 3 reds is a buy. in a downside, 3 greens is a buy, right? I'm not fading this move. I am, I'm going to trade it. Three, four, two, buy. All right, I'm in. I'm going to be underneath here. Where's my entry? Close is 22. So probably let's come in at around 1850 for the secondary if I need it. And actually, I'm going to try to get myself out a little bit early because we are in front of the open. So I want to see if I can get out of this as early as possible. TNL, were you able to fix your dots on a 1 minute? Why don't you refresh your charts? Just refresh everything. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm in for the second. And it's probably not going to work. It was 2 minutes. I was going to actually get out of that trade. It's not going to work. Well, let's see if it's going to. Nah, it's not going to work. All right, I'm gonna hold underneath here and see if it comes back on me, but it doesn't. What are we doing here? Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know why. Nine minutes to the open. Oh, good job, Chris. Good job. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? We are just getting ready for the New York Open. Market's very range bound, a little bit sloppy. Underneath VWAP, I'm trying to buy I bought the 3 candle breakout, but it looks like it's not going to hold. This trade is just not going to work for me. So we're going to let this one go. And then just wait for the market open. Yeah, okay. We're going to get out of this trade, flatten out, and move on to the next account. Where am I? 42, 48. And look for the new opportunities. Okay. No trades until market open, which is about 7 minutes ahead. May want to try to run the London session lows here, either before or into the New York Open before it kind of consolidates. So I'll be watching it. See if there's any news here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you see this story? Oh, my God. I'm just looking at those headlines here. Um, huh. Oh, my God. Okay. All right, back up to positive trade, but I'm not. I got 2 minutes before the open, so I don't really want to trade this. We're basically right at VWAP as we enter the New York Open. Let's see how we want to trade this mid of the London session. I got to adjust. Sorry, we have to adjust the timelines as always. I forgot that we. Where's the UTC offset? We offset it to 1. Is that correct? Oh no, what we did is should it be correct to 0? Didn't we do this at 1 and then it didn't work? Why? We always have to adjust this. I always forget the UTC offset. Oh, why is the Asia session not showing up? All right, we're starting to trade. I want to go buy. Ooh, I'm late. Damn it! I'm sorry, guys. That was dumb. Oh, big reversal. Ooh, look at that reversal. All right, let's give it a minute. Let me rotate myself out. Waiting for the candle to close. Okay, short here. Boom, we're done. We're done on that one. Nice. First continuity trade. Now we're going to wait for the second one. If they're going to hit session lows, we're going to keep trading the shorts for about 2 or 3 times before I even consider any long possibilities. But we'll see if we can get another short going. Let me switch accounts. All right, 26 seconds left. We're going to see if we can trade reaching London session lows here. All right, short here with it's so fast. So fast. All right, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to try and stay in this position. I should have shorted this on the retrace, but I'm going to try and stay in the position and just simply try and get myself out. Flat. Okay, good. I got myself out in a single trade. Didn't need a second trade. Okay, now we're going to pause up a little bit. Now I just want to adjust my my time because this is always screwed up on the time. All right, parameters. Let me go to offset 1, or maybe offset 0. There we go. Yeah, you should offset 0, but you need to make it to 13. Now we got the New York session. We have the London session. Let's see how New York session came very close to London session lows. Now we're going to watch this and see if this is consolidation or whether they're going to start to continue selling it off. I realized what we needed to do. This is trading. This is configured on Chicago time, but there's a daylight savings time. So instead of 14 hours, it should be 1300 hours as the start time. So that's why we have the proper configuration. Astrology did not test the highs, or maybe it ran here. It definitely tested the lows, though. Let's see if it wants to try. It looks like it wants to try to break the lows. Okay, switch accounts. Let me go back to 62 account. No, the offset is 0, but New York should start at 1330, not 1430. This should be your settings for the sessions. $13.30, North America, $13.30. Okay, because it says 14.30, and that's what screws you up. All right, came down underneath the 400 and just kind of consolidating. Good morning, everybody. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday, man. How's everybody doing? Who's new in the room here? Come say hi to us. Wayne Bryant, nice to have you. Where are you from, Wayne? Guys, by the way, I need to just want to tell you, I put out, I think the video is live now. Let me just make sure that it's live. Let me just watch the price action. But I put out a really cool new video on pattern day trader rule. Really explains everything that you need to know. All right, fresh session lows. We're going to trade this. We got to trade trend because it's pretty early in trend and they're really pressing the lows. So I will work this 62 account. That's correct on both sides. 29 seconds left. If the dot holds, I'm gonna short this. Ten, 11 seconds. Three, two, one, sell. All right, we short here. Entry is 64. I want to be at 69 on my. Oh, I'm in at 60. Did I get 69 done? Yes. I want to come back up here now, see if I can get this resolved. And we're resolved. Yeah, sorry. It's super fast. So again, entry, retrace, resolve. Entry, retrace, resolve. That's my trade. Good to go. Fresh lows here. But this is the third low, so I'm going to just wait patiently. If it keeps crashing down, we're going to let it go. If it consolidates, we're going to watch for possible reversal trades here. We'll see what it wants to do. I mean, it's a clear, real test of the lows. Arlington, Texas. Who played in Arlington, Texas? It was Nolan Ryan and the A's, right? Nolan Ryan, by the way, I read some ridiculous story about that he was just an absolute freak of nature, that like there literally is nobody who is even remotely as good as he was at the age that he was, right? Just some absolutely insane stats at like pitching at 40. Like most people just don't even have an arm at that point, and he was able to pitch so well. All right, so we found the bottom for the time being. A little bit of reversal. I'm going to obviously patiently wait here. Wow. Michael says that he threw out the first pitch at 85 miles an hour at 65 years old. Yeah, it's just clearly a freak of nature because that is not anything you could, that's just God-given genetics, right? That he had. But great beef too. You mean this great steak? Is that what you mean in Arlington, Texas? I bet. Like, I actually would love to go to Texas and have steak. I bet it's some of the best steak in the world. All right, so I'm just watching patiently here. I want to rotate. We got to rotate this out to 66. Sorry, let me rotate out to 66. So I'm rotating through accounts, and I really, even though it's hard for me to do this, it is definitely a short trade here. I don't want to sell this, but I think I should because the signal is there. So I'm going to sell this at 63 and offer at 68 at my secondary point, and see if we're going to get done. So sell, retrace, recover. Nope. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat this trade. Fuck me. I knew it was going to. I did not want to sell this. We sold into the bottom. Damn. All right. Let's see if I can survive this trade. Nah. Fuck. I'm going to eat this. All right. I am going to eat this trade. Yeah, I'm out. Okay. Nothing much you can do. That was just, we sold into the bottom and there was no continuity. Again, fucking short continuity does not trade well. I didn't want to do this. I forced myself to do this. That was stupid. All right. Go back to the next account, 68. Let's rotate. Oh, yeah. Michael, I'd love to know. Send me some. I'm dying to go to Texas, man. My wife always wants to go to Cali. I think I'm going to insist that we go to Texas. I haven't been there in ages. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. And this is what New York session does to you. It really does this all the time. What a tough herky-jerky start, huh? All right. We hang tight. I have to take a short here. It looks like it's going to be weak. All right. I got out of that alive, but that was a bullshit trade. I know. That's the nature of the beast. All right, I'm going to rotate myself out back to 22s. Trying to see if we get that reversal signal, the 3 green candles. Let's see if we can trade that. I mean, the other thing I was going to say is in a completely contrarian fashion. If you're long biased, right? Indulge me for a second. If you're long biased, right, then actually every trade that you should make is we should be buying the purple dot. You basically should be using dots to buy stuff, not to sell stuff. Buying the purples would have been just absolutely brilliant here. Buying this one, buying that one, very little risk. Even buying this purple, very little slippage. You went 18 to 7 and came back up to resolve. Buying every purple here would have worked. And actually, that's what I was doing overnight for myself. So let me reorient myself today and stay true to my path. This needs to stay green. If it comes back down below the moving average, no, not a. There we go. Does not a signal, unless it rallies back up. I don't want to go short at all, Ben. That's my point. Most of the short signals are non-productive. All right, here we go. 3 greens. Boom. All right, I'm in the trade here on a 3 green move. Against, this has got to be the lows over here. And come on. Ah, fuck me. 1 tick. Let's go. Let's go. What's my exit? All right. I'm buying under. Resolving here. Staying here. There we go. And I got to resolve. All right. Just be fucking buying, like it's like from Glengarry Grind Loss. Always be buying. There's just no upside in selling most of this shit because of the retrace. And there's enormous amount of upside in buying because of the bounce, right? That's the bottom line. The thing about dots that you want to ask yourself, is it a retrace trade or is it a bounce trade? A retrace trade will kill you. A bounce trade will make you money regardless of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying to you? Like buying the purple on a bounce, winner. Buying the purple on a bounce, winner. Buying the 3 greens on a bounce, on a continuity move, still a winner, right? Yes, Glengarry Grand Ross. David Mamet, one of my favorite playwrights. Loser gets a steak knives. Alec Baldwin, in his prime, was just one of the most malevolent, great actors of his time. I forgot there's this one movie where Baldwin plays a doctor, right? Like a super arrogant doctor. I don't know if you guys remember this, right? And like there was some kind of malpractice lawsuit and stuff like that, and he's trying to defend himself. And he's in deposition, and he goes, "When you're praying to God, who do you think you're praying to?" And it's just like one of the greatest lines ever delivered. It's just so full of just Alec Baldwin arrogance and malevolence. It was awesome. You guys remember that movie? I don't know. Is it Malice? Is that the name of the movie? Is that the name of the movie, Malice? Untouchable? But I love that line. Yes, he goes, when you're praying to God, who do you think you're praying to? I mean, I've known plenty of doctors like that. But it was just such a great fucking line. It was such a great character study. All right, we're consolidating, doing nothing much. Let's see what we want to do. Let's see if they want to keep running it to the VWAP or not. Oh, I got to rotate accounts. Sorry. 42. 42. Not much going on. A little bit of quietude here. Now I get three green candles here. Remember, red is a pause, and then a fresh segment starts. Right now we don't have a segment, so red is still a pause. Red is still a pause, but I get a fresh segment start on a 3 candle move. I'm going to go long. Tradeify versus Apex. I'd love to be able to discuss it if I had any intelligent. I'm actually going to leave it to the room. If you guys, whoever trading both, because I'm not really trading Tradeify right now, so I don't have anything intelligent to say about them. I mean, I think Tradeify went to TradeC, right? So that's nice because TradeC is very, very. It's got everything integrated. Although TradeC doesn't have our indicator in there, so that sort of sucks. You can't really trade our dot system on TradeC, so it's kind of limiting. But it's very, it's very user friendly and easy to use. But I haven't really, to be honest with you, I haven't really traded both of them. I have a Tradeify account on Wealth Charts. I just not been active with it. I really need to get active with it. To be honest with you, none of it really matters. I mean, like all of them pretty much have the same rules. I think at this point, Apex PAs are some of the cleanest rules around, but they have very, very. This is the reason why I want everybody to come into. Yeah, that may be true too, but I kind of like my whole view about that. People complaining about that. It's like people complaining about paying taxes. Make enough money that you got to pay taxes, then you have a right to complain. Like, you should be so lucky as to get 5 payouts at Tradeify before you move to live. Like 99.9% of people are never going to get that level, right? And my whole job is to help you get to that, just to be able to get a payout, right? That's what I want to help you with. All right, here we go. I got 3 dots. I'm going to try to figure out if this is, if we're kind of starting a fresh. We're starting to move away from VWAP. And now, the whole idea of getting long is not so attractive. But 3 dots in a row, I'm gonna do something. Boom. See that? Again, completely non-intuitive, which is why would you want to buy in a super, super strong sell-off? But the answer is kind of that's why, because you get that bounce, you get that bounce. And then when you get to like 5 dots in a row, 3 to 4, 5 dots in a row, you really have a good chance of a bounce. So now we're testing 300s. I mean, it's clear they just decided they're going to sell this down. Now I'm going to just wait patiently. Wow, they're trying to break in the 300. I want to change my accounts actually. I want to go to 48. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. See if I can get a bounce. And we get the bounce, right? Yeah, no, there's just a big difference. Now you're right. Like I think that to me, if you're a beginning trader, the amount of payout possibilities with Apex is enormous, and you should be training yourself on Apex. Then once you get really really good, so I got 5 consecutive declines, right? So I'm going to go to the next account. You guys are going to see. I'm going to go to the 50 account. And 21 seconds left. That's still holding the, this is 3, 4, 5 consecutive red dots. I want to see if I can wait for the close. All right, I'm long here. A little bit too early. Fuck, just a little bit too early. Needed to be patient. Needed to be patient. There we go. I still got done. You see, and I'm only, I am only doing this because of my natural, bias on this thing. But yes, could you have sold all of these down? Yes, you could have made money. But you see how I didn't have a lot of risk, and I only used a single entry. I didn't have to retrace myself out. Like the whole idea of doing the bounce trade is that you're only using one contract, so your risk is smaller, and it kind of resolves really, really fast. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to 61 and rotate. Did you guys trade any of these bounce trades with me? What did you kill, Dr. D? Killed the short? What do you mean? Obi-Wan Kenobi did it. Oh, yeah. So you took the full short. Yeah, Dr. D loves to. Dr. D's got a really good. Can you remind me? You had a overlay indicator. I mean, he likes to trade. This like a 5 or 10 minute cycle trades. Not the scalp trades, but the continuity trades. There was some kind of a overlay indicator you had that gave you confidence on the longer term continuity, right? That you were using. I forgot what it was. But absolutely, you got to trade what you're good at. I'm obviously much, much better at scalping. I mean, it was interesting. I had Claude analyze something like 1,000 of my trades, and it's literally first sentence out of the whole thing is, "You're a scalper. Don't do anything else." It's like, it's clear that, every one of my trades, like every successful trade, had a 10 to 15 second resolution. All right, where am I? I am at 61, right? We're in the 61. I actually, remember, this is a purple. 23 seconds left. I want to be a buyer of this purple. Waiting for the close. Definitely don't pull the trigger until 0 on the clock. All right, I'm in. Still a little bit too early. There we go. Another one resolved. I think I resolved like 5 or 6 of these. This was a massive decline, right? And yet I was able to get 6 positive trades to the long side. So it's not the trade, it's what you do with the approach you have. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. See, that's what I don't like about Microscope. Their whole thing is like right now, every one of these trades would have been disqualified by Tradeify because I didn't hold them for 15 seconds or more. That is not a rule I'm a lover of. If you're not a scalper, it's no problem. But that is not a rule I'm a lover. I would not be. I'm not a half my trades are 10 seconds or less, and it's not. I don't give a shit. That's what I do. So that's why I'm trading. That's actually a very, very good point. Yeah, trade. So Dr. D's recipe for success is wait for the trend, green slope, then red slope, and the purple or red dot short. Oh, so you get a green slope, then a red slope, then a confirmation. For entry kills, it surgically strike with 3 runners. Oh, so you were. That's the other thing is. So he trades. This is very interesting. Can you when you have a chance? I don't want to. I know you're trading, but if you have a chance, can you type out what type of runners you had? Like, did you go to break even? Did you run the second one like at X amount of points? It would just like if you give us an example of a full autopsy of your trade, I think people would really, really appreciate that. Right, I got 3 greens on a turn. So sorry, I want to rotate myself out. Now I want to go to 62 account. I've rotated to myself through all the accounts with you guys. It means we probably did about 12 trades already, right? Which is good. All right, so the idea here is I want to be a buyer with a stop underneath this green and see if I can make this. Now it's got to hold the green, and it doesn't. So okay, that's fine. Let's give it some seconds. You know what I need to do? I actually want to put my clock on. Where's the clock? Where's the clock? Oh, guys, man, help me out here. Where is the setting for the timer? Ah, fuck, where is it? Oh, countdown. Show countdown candle. How come it's not showing me a countdown candle? Huh. Oh, show countdown. Okay, apply. There we go. Okay, sorry. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we can go long here. That's kind of a legitimate trade. Let's see if this works. Because it was a green trade here. I didn't see it. And that worked out. Nice. All right. So I was a little bit late, but I got it. So that worked out nicely. Now we're going to go to account 66. Again, I'm just trading buy bias trades within the dot framework, right? That's really what I'm doing. Yeah, 2080. But then, like, what do you do with the runners? Because you said you killed it on the runners, right? Like, how much do you let the other one go? Like, what was your second exit and third exit? Was it like plus 60, plus 80? That kind of stuff? Oh, see above? I'm sorry, I'm not looking. What did you say? You said 2080 initial? All right. I don't see any more notes from you. Okay. So I guess the answer is yes. Yes. So like he takes the first plus 5, then another one goes, he takes another plus 10, plus 15. So he just really milks it. Very good. If you have the mentality and the mindset to do this, it's a great way of exiting. But the most important thing is, here's the thing. When you see me doing this and it feels good, then do it. If you see me doing this and it feels bad, don't do what I do. Do adjust the strategy to your personality. See, like Dr. D completely not doing what I do and doing really well, like 20, 40, 60. So he's just boom, 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 right? Awesome. I could never fucking do it in my life. I've tried 1,000 times with you guys, and it always sucks. So the key thing is do what is absolutely in sync with your personality. Watch what I do and then improvise off of that if it's not your personality. So I think, what do we pick up? I think we picked up, I forgot how many trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 or 8 trades against the trend. Every one of them a winner, right? Because of what I was doing in my techniques. But then other people took the trend trades. I'm actually curious. Anybody else in the room who took the trend? Who took the shorts? Who took the trends? And then who took the longs, the counter trends? Where am I on this? I actually want, this is 3 candles up. I'm gonna try and trade this. A little bit late on this. I really want to be underneath here. Let's see if I can make my, all right, secondary average. Let's see if this works. Not a perfect trade and not a great trade, but I'm kind of, again, sticking with my, oh shit, what did I just do? I hate doing this. Okay, come on, get out. I messed this up. Come on. There we go. Okay, I got it. One of the things that happens sometimes when I drag the stop condition, I delete the stop exit, and then I'm just left with single, not a double. But anyways, this worked, right? It wasn't beautiful, but it definitely worked. It was a 3 candle up on a reversal. I really wanted to trade that. It took me a little bit of a, it was a in scaled down exit, but not pretty. Teresa says she did both. Obi did longs. You probably would have what? Would have gone long or short watching me? I'm curious. Anyways, pretty clean reversal trade here. And as I said, I always, on the short side, you always want to take the 3 candle reversals. On the long side, you want to be a buyer on those 3 red candles. It's going to fail you for sure, but it's going to succeed. The thing is, on the long side, if you're above VWAP, it succeeded 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4 at worst, but 4 out of 5. So you took an 80% win rate. On the reversal side here, just looking at the if you did not average down, this would have been a loser. But if you averaged in, you would have been able to resolve. I think I resolved this one positively, right? This one was cleanly positively resolved. This one was positively resolved. This was positively resolved. Again, this, you'd average out, average in. This one positively resolved. This one is not. So if you go here, let me see. 29 and the high here was 34. Nah, I'm not going to give it. You wouldn't have been able to do it. This one positive resolved. So if you go back just to 8 o'clock at 7:30 in the morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 5, 1. I don't think, depends on whether you're going to be trading 10 minutes before the open. But okay, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 8-2, which is 1 out of 4, which is good. You would have definitely done well. Okay. Let's do a little poll. I haven't done a poll in a long time. Let me do a poll with you guys. Hang on, let me log in here. Oh, let's do a poll. I'm just curious. Let's do a poll. And this is like it's not an either or, it's mainly. I am mainly scalper. We'll call this position trader. That's like just a catch-all term for, anything that's not a scalper. Let me know how you guys are trading over there on that. Yeah, vote in the poll. I have a sneaking suspicion. They always say that you attract the people that that is closer to your personality. Most people in this room are going to be scalpers. But if you're not, it doesn't mean that there isn't any benefit for you. There's an enormous amount of benefit for you. I'm really a bad scalper. Oh, Tony, I love you. I love you. We're going to talk about that in coaching tonight, guys. By the way, absolutely. So Green Otter, what are some of the rules of Lucid that people should be aware of that may not be transparent or may not be obvious? Like if you were to do top 3 things that you should be cognizant of, like with Apex, I'll give you the top 3 things that people are not cognizant of. You need to, with Apex, not only do you need to, run your account, obviously, with a trailing drawdown or end of the day drawdown to target, but they require 5 days of X amount of profit. In some accounts, it's $50. In other accounts, it's $100 per day of profit, right? So you could do this over 50 days. It doesn't have to be consecutive, but let's say you've hit your profit target, but you don't have none of your days made $100 during that day. You're not eligible for payout. So that's one of the most interesting and important limiting factors you need to know about Apex. I trade gold every night with our friends from Ola. We trade gold on a CFD basis every night. No, sorry, not every night. Tuesday, Wednesday. I trade them. Tuesday, Wednesday. But yeah, and I can't wait to get back into gold. One of the reasons we are not trading gold is because Apex doesn't trade gold anymore. But very, very soon, as I've told you, I think there'll be a lot of changes in Ola, and we're going to be able to do lots of interesting things with Ola that we've never been able to do. So I'm just waiting very, very with my bated breath for the month of May to come, because we're going to have a lot of interesting opportunities to do that. Yeah, so Otto, let me know about the Lucid rules. The Apex rules, that's the main rule that I think people are unaware of. But the good thing is they have a very transparent dashboard. They'll tell you, this is what you need to do if you want to get paid out. They're very, very clean about that. See, look at this. I just really didn't know how. I probably should have just simply traded this on a continuity basis, but it's hard. We're under trend, so there's no dots because I refuse to have dots count a trend to just pollute my view. We took the best we could, which was the 3 candle reversals on this move. We took them twice. Now we just have to stay, stationary. See if the markets want to recover. I don't know if today is going to be actually an up day. We'll have to see. The news from Persian Gulf is kind of in a state of flow, and there's been a setback in Lebanon because Hezbollah apparently threatened the Lebanese president. So he had to he suspended his ceasefire talks with the prime minister of Israel. So they're playing their little terrorist games over there as usual. So it's unclear. I think Trump is actually very happy to just keep the screws on IRGC. They blocked all the ships, and they're bleeding for money. And from what I understand, Kane also today said in the press conference that the United States forces are ready to go. There's 50,000 U.S. personnel, three aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf. Whenever we have 3 aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf, all shit hit the fan. So I think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I think Trump actually does not want to have an escalation of violence. But if these guys don't move, or if they are stupid enough to actually challenge the blockade and actually challenge one of the ships, it's going to be hell on earth for them. So we'll see. But in the meantime, the markets are kind of like, I don't know what to do. The other interesting thing, from a macro point of view, that very few people are paying any attention to, and it's the most surprising economic variable in the data set. I'm actually curious. What do you guys think is the most surprising economic variable in the data set right now? Looking at the data. The thing that you would never think would be happening. Anybody want to take a guess? All right, this is a tough trade here. If I'm basically positive bias, do I take this purple trade? Really hard to see if I want to be a buyer. All right, we're gonna. Why not? Let's have fun with this. Okay. No. No. It's not a bounce trade. It's a continuity trade. I'm trading one MNQ. I'm trading the smallest possible size. It's definitely a continuity trade. You know where it's going to be a bounce trade now with the 3 dots? That's going to be the bounce trade. I want to watch this over here. This is going to be the bounce trade. Oh, that's painful. Okay, let's watch this. If I get 3 dots in a row, I'm going to go long on this. I don't get it. Nope, no trade. All right, we're going to rotate out. 68. So what I was going to say is, economically, the single most interesting, surprising data point is how strong the employment numbers are relative to everything that's going on, right? Weekly jobless claims are literally at like multi-month lows. Employment was much stronger than everybody thought. It's not that employment is off the charts, but if you're basically going to make the argument AI is taking away jobs, inflation is raging through the uh, thing, and we are um, actually generating positive jobs. That's a really, really interesting, surprising macro factor. And I think nobody's paying attention to that. So it'll be interesting. That's why next month's NFPs are going to be very interesting to watch. All right, trying to see if we get a move to a double bottom session lows here, or test to the session lows here, somewhere around there, and then try to trade the bounce off of that. Look at that. I was gonna I really wanted to buy that dip, and that really reverted. So interesting. Maybe we're making a higher low here. Again, three green candles gets us long. Until then, we're just chilling. I got about 10 minutes and I got to run, guys. But I think the rest of the day should be actually good. I'm gonna trade the 1 o'clock session with you guys again. That's been a lot of fun trade. Oh, look at this. Look at the poll results. 82% of scalping. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. We'll end the poll. That was fun. Trying to hold a little bit of a higher low above the 300. Let's see if that holds. I'm either looking to be a buyer here, or if there's a reversal here that takes us, that shows us that they want to take it back higher. Here, it's very problematic. You can try to buy that dip, but they can still run it all the way down here. You have like lots and lots of room here. So Otto, what are the rules for Lucid? Anybody trading Lucid as a on a PA basis? And what are some of the rules that everybody should be aware of? Anybody have any input on that? All right, first green. Maybe we find a little bit of a bottom here. $18 seconds left. Let's see if they can hold the greens. Not clear yet. Second green. So if the third green holds, it'll be a long for us with a stop underneath here, the session lows. Let's see if that provides us with a little bit of a boost. Ooh, oh, look at that runner. Oh, that kills me. What the hell? Was there news? Is there something on the news? Okay, hold on. I don't want to trade this because I want to see if this is there news? Really? Walter, what happened to Walter Bloomberg? No talks for specific there. Nothing. Huh. All right, let's go long. What the hell? We're gonna go long here, and we're done. It was good enough. I didn't see any kind of a news. I wanted to be careful. There wasn't some serious spike here. But again, three greens and a buy is it was good. That was a bear chaser. Well, anyways, that worked. That was another quick P&L. All right, guys, I got to run because the boss is gonna yell at me. I would love to hang with you guys for another 2 hours, but I will trade 1 to 2. Just watch. I'm gonna put up the show a little bit, and then of course anybody who wants to come in for coaching, let me put the coaching link in here. Make sure you get the coaching. I have some super cool stuff in coaching. I'll be sending that out a little bit later as well. All right. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Today was a really nice day, actually. We got clipped on a couple of bad trades, but a lot of that was just simply my execution issues. There was only one genuinely, like me buying here was kind of a stupid trade. That was the one stupid trade I did today. But most of the stuff really worked, and the stuff that didn't work was just me executing poorly, which I will fix as we go forward. So hope you guys had fun. Anybody enjoy? Can I have a +1? I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys all in coaching. Really cool session today. So come, okay? And remember, always be buying. ABB. Our Glengarry Grand Ross for today. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys real soon.